What if I told you that the single biggest lie in personal finance right now is that fixing one number fixes everything? We've been sold a story that capping interest rates is the silver bullet, but the wound runs a lot deeper than that. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Millions of households aren't broke because their credit card charges 29%. They're broke because rent ate half their paycheck before they even opened that card. The rate cap conversation is like putting a bandage on a broken leg and calling it surgery. Think of it like a leaking roof. Sure, you can put a bucket under the drip, but if you never fix the shingles, you're just rearranging buckets forever. The root causes of financial strain, stagnant wages, ballooning housing costs, unaffordable childcare, and healthcare, those are the shingles nobody wants to climb up and fix. Not long ago, we were riding a wave of optimism. Stimulus checks, a hot job market, and talk of a new middle-class renaissance. Then inflation hit like a freight train, real wages went negative for almost 2 years straight, and suddenly everyone remembered that wage growth and cost of living growth are two very different animals. Experts like economist Isabella Weber have argued for years that coordinated price pressures, not just monetary policy, are what's actually strangling households. And yet the policy debate keeps circling back to interest rates like a dog chasing its own tail, which would be funny if people's retirements weren't on the line. Here's your history lesson in 30 seconds. Every major consumer debt crisis, the 1980s credit card explosion, the 2008 mortgage meltdown, the post-pandemic buy now, pay later boom followed the same script of inadequate income meeting inflated costs. The pattern isn't hidden. We just keep acting surprised when it shows up at our door wearing a different hat. A durable solution isn't one policy, it's a package deal. The same way a healthy body needs food, sleep, and exercise, not just vitamins. Expanded income supports, refundable tax credits, subsidized childcare, and strengthened financial regulation aren't radical ideas. They're the scaffolding that keeps households from free-falling into predatory credit in the first place. The community of financial researchers and housing advocates has been saying this for decades, and the data backs them up. Every dollar invested in childcare subsidies returns roughly $7 in economic productivity over time. That's not ideology, that's a spreadsheet talking. Now let's kill a misconception right now. People don't take out high-interest loans because they're financially illiterate. They take them out because they have no other option. When an emergency hits and their savings account has $12 in it, blaming the borrower for the broken system is like blaming the passenger for the car crash. The actionable lesson history keeps teaching us is this: protect your downside first. Build buffers before you build portfolios. And never let a single policy change or lack of one dictate your entire financial strategy. Moderate, disciplined positioning across income, housing, equity, and liquid savings beats swinging for the fences on any one bet. Unemotional process matters more than any conviction about what the government will or won't do next. The households that weather these cycles best aren't the ones who predicted the policy. They're the ones who sized their risks correctly and stayed consistent regardless of the noise. Here's the philosophical gut check. A society that forces its working class to choose between groceries and debt isn't experiencing a credit problem, it's experiencing a values problem dressed up in financial language. And the solution, fittingly, isn't financial engineering alone. It's a collective decision about what we actually think people deserve. Discipline, sizing, and consistency will always outlast any single legislative fix, whether that fix comes tomorrow or never. And if you've built your household finances on transparency, diversification, and realistic expectations, you can actually afford to be comfortable with whatever outcome the policy debate lands on. Whether the rate cap passes, fails, or gets watered down into something unrecognizable, your job is to build a financial life that doesn't depend on Washington getting it right on the first try. And if you're ready to start doing that through real estate investing, connecting with contractors, or finding the right lenders, check out our links in the description below.